Welcome to Primary ypww Lesson 3. I do not own the rights to this music. The topic for today's lesson, Sibling Series, Isaac and Ishmael. The lesson scripture is coming out of Genesis chapter 16, verses 11 through 12, and Genesis chapter 16, verses 15 through 16, Genesis chapter 17, verses 18 through 21, and Genesis chapter 21, verses 1 through 5. The memory verse, But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. And that's Genesis chapter 17, verse 21. The target for today. The Lord wants his children to know that he has blessed Ishmael, but he made Isaac the child of the covenant promise. Abraham had two sons, Ishmael and Isaac. His wife Sarah could not have children, but God promised to bless her with a child. He added that through this child would come a blessing for the whole world. Sarah grew impatient and wanted a child. She gave Abraham her handmaiden, Hagar. But when Hagar had Ishmael, Sarah grew jealous. She was very mean to the handmaid. Hagar ran away, but the angel of the Lord told her to return. Ishmael was the oldest, but he was not chosen to be the child of the promise. However, he would be blessed. He would be a wild man, but 12 princes would come from his descendants. Abraham was 86 years old when Ishmael was born. 13 years later, when Abraham was 99, God repeated his promise. God told Abraham, walk before me and be perfect. He would make a covenant promise to bless him and his descendants. Abraham said, will Ishmael live before thee? God replies, your wife Sarah will give you a son. You will call him Isaac. I will make an everlasting covenant with him and his descendants. God always keeps his promises. God added that he would bless Ishmael and make him a great nation. However, God repeated, my covenant will be with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear next year. True to his promise, Sarah had a son the next year. Abraham named him Isaac. He was 100 years old when Isaac was born. The questions for today's lesson. Question 1. How many sons did Abraham have? What were their names? Who was the oldest? Number 2. Who is the child of the promise through whom all the world would be blessed? Number 3. How old was Abraham when Isaac was born? Does God always keep his promises? Number 4. What was God's only requirement for Abraham's descendants to receive the promise? The end. God bless you and thank you for joining me today.